Humans are pretty weird. We're driven by quirks of biology and evolution that lead us to bizarre behaviors. Today, we're diving deep into the human psyche to uncover 15 strange facts about human behavior that you probably didn't know. We're talking about the kind of stuff that makes you question everything you thought you knew about yourself. And trust me, by the time we get to number one, you're going to see yourself and everyone around you in a whole new light. The Bystander Effect. At number 15, we have a psychological phenomenon that's both fascinating and disturbing, the bystander effect. This is the tendency for people to be less likely to help someone in need when other people are present. The presence of others actually creates a diffusion of responsibility. We assume that someone else will step up, that it's not our place to intervene, or that we might misinterpret the situation. Contagious yawning. At number 14, we have a behavior that's both contagious and a little bit strange. Contagious yawning. We've all been there, right? Someone yawns, then someone else yawns, and before you know it, the entire room is caught in a yawn fest. Our brains are wired to mirror the actions of others, especially those we have a close social bond with. So when we see someone yawn, our brains automatically interpret it as a sign of tiredness and trigger our own yawning reflex. The placebo effect. Number 13 on our list is a testament to the power of the human mind, the placebo effect. This is when a fake treatment, like a sugar pill or a sham procedure, can actually produce real, measurable physical effects. When we believe that a treatment will work, our brains release endorphins and other feel-good chemicals that can actually alleviate pain, reduce symptoms, and even speed up healing. The Uncanny Valley. Coming in at number 12, we have a phenomenon that's particularly relevant in our increasingly digital age. The Uncanny Valley. This is that eerie, unsettling feeling we get when we encounter something that looks almost human, but not quite. Think about those ultra-realistic CGI characters, humanoid robots, or even those creepy, lifelike dolls. When we encounter something that falls into this Uncanny Valley, our brains are sending up red flags, warning us that something isn't right. Negativity bias. Number 11 on our list is a cognitive bias that explains why bad news seems to stick with us longer than good news, negativity bias. Our brains are wired to pay more attention to negative experiences, information, and emotions. From an evolutionary standpoint, it was more important for our ancestors to remember where the dangers were rather than the pleasant things. So our brains evolved to be Velcro for negative experiences and Teflon for positive ones. Déjà vu. At number 10, we have that eerie feeling that we've all experienced at some point, déjà vu. That strange sensation that we've been here before, done this before, even though we know we haven't. One theory is that déjà vu occurs when there's a slight delay in the way our brain processes information. So our brain is essentially experiencing the same event twice, just milliseconds apart, and interprets it as a memory from the past. Coming in at number 9 is something we're all guilty of from time to time. Procrastination. We know we have a deadline looming, we know we should be working on that project, but somehow we find ourselves organizing our sock drawer, watching cat videos on YouTube, or doing literally anything else to avoid the task at hand. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain, and for many of us, the immediate gratification of procrastination feels a lot more appealing than the potential future reward of completing a task. But hey, at least we're experts at justifying our procrastination, right? Number 8 on our list is a bit of a double-edged sword: stress and memory. We all know that stress can wreak havoc on our minds and bodies, but did you know that it can also mess with our memories? A little bit of stress can actually be beneficial for memory. It's that fight or flight response kicking in, sharpening our focus and helping us remember important details, but too much stress? That's when things start to go haywire. Chronic stress can actually damage the hippocampus, the part of our brain responsible for forming new memories. At number 7, we have a uniquely human trait: blushing. Blushing is our body's way of betraying us in those awkward, embarrassing, or socially anxious moments. It's an involuntary physiological response, a rush of blood to the surface of our skin that we have absolutely no control over. But here's the thing: blushing can actually be a good thing. It's a sign of empathy. a way of signaling to others that we're aware of social norms and that we care about their perception of us. Talking to yourself. Coming in at number 6 is a behavior that some people might find a little odd, talking to yourself. Now, I'm not talking about full-blown conversations with imaginary friends here, but that little voice in your head that narrates your day, helps you work through problems, or reminds you to buy milk. Yeah, that counts. Talking to yourself, whether out loud or silently in your head, can improve memory, boost creativity, and help you stay focused. So the next time you catch yourself muttering under your breath, don't worry, you're not going crazy. Pareidolia, seeing faces in objects. At number 5, we have a fascinating quirk of human perception called pareidolia. Have you ever looked at a cloud and seen a bunny rabbit? Or spotted a face in the pattern of wood grain? That's pareidolia at work. Our brains are wired to recognize faces. It's a survival mechanism, really. But this hardwiring is so strong that it sometimes leads us to see faces where none exist. So next time you see the man in the moon, remember, it's just pareidolia, a testament to the incredible pattern-seeking abilities of your brain. Superstitions. Number 4 on our list of strange human behaviors is something we've all probably fallen prey to at some point. Superstitions. Why do we knock on wood, avoid walking under ladders, or carry around lucky charms? It all boils down to one thing: control. In a world that often feels random and chaotic, superstitions give us a sense of agency, a belief that we can somehow influence the outcome of events. And hey, if it makes you feel better to avoid stepping on cracks in the sidewalk, who am I to judge? At number 3, we have something that might seem counterintuitive at first: nervous laughter. Why on earth would we laugh when we're feeling anxious, stressed, or even scared? Shouldn't we be, doing the opposite? Well, as it turns out, nervous laughter is our brain's way of coping with uncomfortable situations. It's a physiological response to stress, a way to release tension and signal to ourselves and others that everything's okay, even when it's not. So the next time you catch yourself chuckling at a funeral or giggling during a tense meeting, don't beat yourself up about it. Coming in at number 2 is a phenomenon that's become increasingly common in our hyper-connected world: phantom phone vibrations. Ever felt your phone vibrating in your pocket, only to pull it out and find nothing? No calls, no texts, no notifications whatsoever? You're not alone? Our brains are so accustomed to being tethered to our devices that they start to misinterpret any random sensory input. A muscle twitch, the rustle of clothing, as the telltale buzz of our phones. It's like our brains have developed a sixth sense, a phantom limb for the digital age. And finally, at number 1, we have conformity. Humans are social creatures. We crave acceptance, even if it means suppressing our own better judgment. Think about it. From the clothes we wear to the music we listen to, so much of what we do is influenced by the desire to fit in. But here's the catch. Conformity can also lead us down some pretty dark paths. History is full of examples where blind obedience to authority or groupthink led to disastrous consequences. So the next time you feel that urge to conform, take a moment to pause and ask yourself, am I doing this because I truly believe in it, or am I just trying to fit in? From the silly to the profound, these strange behaviors are a constant reminder of just how complex, fascinating, and downright weird it is to be human. We're a species capable of incredible acts of kindness and compassion, yet also prone to illogical biases, irrational fears, and bizarre compulsions. But hey, that's what makes us interesting, right? So, the next time you catch yourself or someone else engaging in a strange behavior, take a moment to appreciate the wonder of the human experience. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the strange and wonderful world of human behavior. If you enjoyed this cosmic exploration, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future episodes.